Conflicts are natural part of life, arising from differences in opinion, perspective, and values. While many people fear conflict and try to avoid it, understanding how to resolve conflicts amicably can lead to stronger relationships and personal growth. Now, what if I told you that navigating these tough discussions could actually enhance your connection with others? We are still in the theme of embracing the uncomfortable. In today's episode, we are diving into a topic of resolving conflicts amicably. And in this episode, let's see why conflicts occur, the benefits of addressing them, and some tips to help you navigate these situations effectively with the self reflective questions as always. First, let's take a moment to understand what conflict really is. At its core, conflict arises when two or more parties have differing opinions, needs, or desires. It's important to recognize that conflict is not inherently negative, it can be an opportunity for growth and understanding. What are common sources of conflict? Number one is differences in values. People often have differing values and beliefs, which can lead to misunderstanding and disagreements. Very common, if I tell you what I come across, is for me, time is very important. If I have to reach somewhere, I will reach 5 minutes before, and I expect the same from the other party. If they are late, it's okay. I know life happens. I'm that flexible. However, I expect them to at least inform me that they are late. But some of my recent experiences were like, so what, 10 minutes are okay, and I had to take a detour somewhere, and I didn't think that the 10 minutes will make that difference to you. Why will it not? 10 minutes can make a lot of difference to anyone, to someone. So the difference in values, the difference in beliefs, the difference in perspectives can is the number one reason to have conflict. Now, miscommunication, poor communication can exacerbate conflicts, leading to assumptions and misinterpretations. So, same in this example what I gave. The assumption that 10 minutes may not make any big difference to me from the other party is not a right thing to do, is a judgment, and again, it can create a conflict. Competing needs. Conflicts can arise when individuals have competing needs or desires, whether in personal relationships or professional settings. Many people shy away from conflict due to fear. Here are some reasons. Fear of confrontation. The thought of facing someone with whom you disagree can be intimidating, leading to avoidance. Fear of damaging relationships. People worry that addressing conflicts will lead to arguments or hurt feelings. Fear of being wrong. The fear of being perceived as wrong or inadequate can prevent individuals from engaging in difficult conversations. Cultural norms. In some cultures, open confrontation is discouraged, leading individuals to avoid conflicts altogether. While conflict can be uncomfortable, there are numerous benefits to address it constructively, obviously. Now, it enhances your understanding. When you resolve conflict, it can lead to a deeper understanding of differing perspectives, which can foster empathy and connection. When you successfully navigate conflict, it can strengthen your relationship by building trust and demonstrating a commitment to open communication. When you engage in a conflict resolution, it can enhance your communication and negotiation skills, which can contribute to personal growth, personal development. Conflicts often lead to creative problem solving as individuals work together to find a mutual beneficial solutions. So you can have a creative solutions. We have tried to establish the importance of resolving conflicts. Let's see some tips which can help navigate these situations effectively. Number one is acknowledging the conflict. The very first step in resolving any conflict is acknowledging that it exists. Avoiding the issue will not make it go away. Recognize the conflict and express your willingness to address it. Focus on interest, not positions. Instead of taking rigid positions, explore the underlying interest of each party. Ask open-ended questions to uncover what each person truly values in the situation. You can use humor wisely. Humor can be a powerful tool in conflict resolution when used appropriately. Lightening the mood with humor can help reduce tension, but ensure it's not at anyone's expense. No one is getting offended. Very tricky. Practice empathetic listening. Engaging fully with the other person's perspective by reflecting back what you hear. This shows understanding and that you validate their feelings. Find common ground. Very important. Look for the areas of agreement, no matter how small. Identifying common ground creates a foundation for collaboration and compromise. Establish ground rules for communication. So before diving into a discussion about the conflict, set ground rules for how you will communicate, such as avoiding interruptions and using respectful language. Take breaks if needed. If emotions run high during the conversation, don't hesitate to take a break. Stepping away for a moment, taking some deep breaths can help both parties cool down before continuing the discussion. Reflect on the process afterward. After resolving a conflict, take time to reflect on the experience, consider what worked well, and what could be improved for future discussions. Utilize mediation techniques. If necessary, consider involving a neutral third party to facilitate the discussion. A mediator or a coach can help ensure that both sides are heard and guide the conversation toward resolution. Number 10, you have 10 tips in this episode. Create an action plan together. So after discussing the conflict, work collaboratively on an action plan that addresses the issues raised and outlines steps both parties agree to take moving forward. With all the tips, I encourage you to reflect on these questions. It will help you bring a clearer picture. What conflicts in my life need to be addressed, and how can I approach them constructively? How can I practice empathetic listening in my next conflict resolution? What strategies can I implement to find common ground with others during disagreements? How might setting ground rules change the dynamic of my next tough conversation? As we wrap today's episode, remember that resolving conflicts amicably is a vital skill that enhances both personal and professional relationships. By acknowledging conflicts, practicing empathetic listening, focusing on common interest, you can navigate these situations with confidence while continuing to foster deeper connections with others. Remember that every conflict presents an opportunity for growth. It's up to us to embrace those moments. I'm sure you have found this episode useful. As always, I encourage you to share your experiences if you have had any with resolving conflicts. If you can share tips, comment in the video below, and let's continue to create this supportive community where we uplift one another. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with others who might benefit from discovering some perspectives on navigating difficult conversations.